Hope everybody's enjoying their summer. I like to spend my summers in people's attics, fixing their messed up central vacs. Now this system was originally a new tone, or a nut one as I call it, because you'd have to be a little nuts to do what this installer did. So they had this junction looking like that. And what we are looking at here is a trunk line that goes to inlets over here, and this line goes towards the power unit. This pipe is a drop to an inlet in the hallway. By doing this, it forces the dirt that's traveling from the right towards the left to drop down and sit in this inlet. It's called a dropout T. So that is the fix for that. You can see that the trunk line goes not directly above but next to the inlet branch riser, and the Y connection goes horizontally so that dirt will not fall back into here. Something similar was done over here. So what they did, kind of like electrical, a lot of new tones are put in by electrical contractors, and in the electrical world, you kind of run stuff from point A to point B. You daisy chain it. The trunk and branch system is a little bit more like ductwork or plumbing. But so the pipe from there went over to this inlet. Let's get the light on it. I also can't help but remark at the awesome framing that we have here, but that's okay. I'm just here to fix the vacuum. So over here they had, how was this? They had one of these, right? So this was the drop line to the wall inlet. This was the pipe toward the power unit, and this was the pipe coming from the inlets that are behind me, that branch, that line that we just saw. And everything was at weird angles and way above the insulation, so that even if they add insulation, which they're going to need to do, it wouldn't have been covered. So that is my fix for it, and our line continues this way. And now here we join two branch lines, and to make up for the weird goofy angles that they ran this piping at, I did a little swing joint using two 45-degree elbows, and that took care of that problem. So the other thing that I'm sure you've noticed is that the insulation in this attic, even though it was to code for 30 years ago, isn't optimal, and really we can't get any of this piping under the insulation, even though it should all be under the insulation, to avoid condensation, clogging, and brown goop dripping out of your inlet drops, which would have been especially easy for this setup to have happen. So why didn't it happen before? Well, this system actually had never been used. It was roughed in but never completed. So going along with the theme of this installation, I'll show you the unit that the owner bought. Okay, we're down in the basement, and here is what I arrived to. So this was a unit that was purchased online, and the owner tried to install it themselves and got stuck and called me. Now our joking name for these in the industry is OVO, stands for only vacuums once, but hopefully we can get it to work for a couple more times than that. So it is working, but one thing I noticed when you turn it on, is that supposed to sound like that? I don't think so. But of course they didn't save the box, so now they can't return it, at least not easily. So happy vacuuming, everybody. Even if your central vac is one of these, it's better than no central vac at all.